Ever feel like your team spends more time managing communication than actually getting work done? We've been there too, and that's one of the biggest reasons we wanted to compare Slack and Microsoft Teams properly, instead of just reading their features. After working with both, we found that they approach collaboration in completely different ways, even though they seem almost identical at first glance. In this video, we'll walk you through our experience using both platforms, what each one does better, where they fall short, and which one we'd honestly choose for different types of teams. So, let's get started. After using both for quite a while, the first thing we noticed was how differently they make us work. Slack always felt like conversations came first. Pretty much everything revolves around channels, whether it's for a project, a department, or even just random team discussions. So for that, jumping between topics felt quick. The overall layout also feels lighter. Most of the time, we're just looking at our conversations, and if we open a thread, preview a file, or check an app, it slides in from the side instead of taking over the whole screen. And compared to a couple of years ago, Slack has cleaned things up even more in 2026. We really liked the redesigned sidebar with dedicated files and tools sections. Teams gave us a very different feeling. Instead of being centered around conversations, it feels more like opening an entire office. Everything sits inside Teams first, then channels underneath. And right at the top, you've got tabs for files, notes, apps, and Microsoft 365 documents. Well, it took us a little longer to get comfortable with it, but once we were working on larger projects, having everything connected in one place started making a lot more sense. Microsoft's 2026 interface updates have also made navigation cleaner than it used to be, so finding things feels much less frustrating now. Now, this is probably where we felt the biggest gap between Slack and Teams. Slack just feels more natural, since everything already happens inside channels, so discussions stay organized. And whenever someone replied to a message, the whole discussion stayed neatly inside a side thread, instead of filling up the main chat. Slack also feels a bit more relaxed. Custom emojis, reactions, huddles, and even Slack Connect for talking with clients or external partners made communication feel quick. But Teams basically gave us a different experience. Chats felt more work-focused because documents, loop components, and Microsoft 365 collaboration are built right into the conversation. If your team constantly edits files together, that workflow is hard to beat. But for everyday chatting alone, we personally found Slack easier to keep up with. Once we moved from chatting to meetings, we realized they serve slightly different purposes. Slack focuses on keeping meetings simple. We actually ended up using huddles much more than we expected, because starting one only takes a click inside a channel or direct message. For those quick 5 or 10-minute discussions, it felt faster than creating a full meeting. Screen sharing, reactions, video, and live pointers are all there, so you can solve something quickly and get back to work. Teams, though, feels like it was built for scheduled meetings from day one. We used it for larger presentations, client calls, and longer team meetings, and that's where it really shined. Features like Outlook scheduling, meeting recordings, live captions, transcripts, breakout rooms, webinars, and Microsoft Whiteboard all work together really well. We also liked how meeting notes, recordings, and shared documents stay connected afterward, making follow-up work much easier. After setting up the tools we actually use every day, Slack feels quite flexible. Whether it was Google Drive, Zoom, Notion, Jira, GitHub, Figma, Asana, Salesforce, and dozens of other apps, everything connected quickly and felt like a natural part of the conversation. We especially liked how notifications, approvals, file previews, and even AI-powered workflows could happen inside channels without constantly switching between apps. Teams also supports plenty of third-party integrations, but we found its biggest strength is Microsoft's own ecosystem. If your team already uses Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, Planner, SharePoint, or Outlook every day, everything feels tightly connected. Opening, editing, and sharing files rarely take more than a couple of clicks. Now, here's one thing that surprised us. At first, we thought Slack Canvas and Microsoft Whiteboard were direct competitors, but after using both, we realized they actually help in different parts of the workflow. Slack Canvas became our go-to place for organizing information. We used it to keep project notes, meeting summaries, onboarding guides, checklists, links, and even AI-generated content in one shared space. Instead of scrolling through old messages looking for something, we could simply open a canvas and find everything there. Since it's connected to channels and DMs, the information always stays close to the conversation. Talking about the whiteboard, it gave us a different experience. It's basically built for brainstorming. Whether we were sketching ideas, planning workflows, or working through a project together during a Teams meeting, it felt much more interactive. Sticky notes, drawing tools, templates, and real-time collaboration made it easy for everyone to contribute at once. Well, we didn't notice the biggest AI differences on day one. Slack AI feels like it's there to help you catch up faster. On busy days, we really liked getting channel summaries instead of reading hundreds of messages. It could also summarize threads, answer questions using your workspace knowledge, help draft messages, and surface information from past conversations. We found that especially useful after coming back from meetings or taking a day off. Microsoft Teams, together with Copilot, goes a step further if your company already uses Microsoft's apps. During meetings, it can generate summaries, list action items, answer questions about the discussion, and even help create emails, documents, or presentations using information across Teams, Outlook, Word, Excel, and more. So that's what we found after using Slack and Microsoft Teams. If you've used either, which worked better for your workflow? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.